Is it more complex to have a family business, or is it simpler to have a family business? It's not an easy question, and it does vary from couple to couple, business to business. My name is Lynn Hinderrocker. Welcome to NxBizSuccess. I've got a couple I'm going to introduce you today. You're going to enjoy visiting with them, not only because they're a successful family business, but also because they are an internet company that works out of Panama, Nebraska. That's a community of about 250 people. They work on the entire World Wide Web. They have large clients all over the country. And it's exciting to introduce you today to Travis and Shannon Filing from Transformation Marketing in Panama, Nebraska. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us.
And congratulations on having such a broad, large concept. You're servicing clients on the East Coast and West Coast from a small little community, a rural community, I think south of Lincoln, Nebraska. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Correct.
How do you do that? How do you end up in Panama, Nebraska? What a great example for many couples that want to get out of the city and find some place that's more serene or wholesome, or is that what you're there for?
Yeah, actually it's a town where my wife grew up,
Uh-huh.
and we moved down there because of the school district for our kids.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be a great place to run a business because the overhead's low, and it's just it's an easy place to work and to live.
Travis, you just said two key words that I think will turn on every entrepreneur that's watching these video podcasts: low overhead.
Low overhead.
All right, so that's fantastic. Shannon, do you find that living in Panama, Nebraska is also, is it a family thing or a business thing, or both as far as you're concerned?
Primarily, it's a family thing.
Yeah,
But because of having the access the internet gives you, you can work anywhere.
It's
So
no limits,
perfect.
right?
Exactly.
Fantastic. Well, this is a no limits video podcast for entrepreneurs and small business people, so thanks for coming. We're very interested in talking about the internet. We're also talking about the dynamics of working together as a married couple. It's not an easy thing to do. Millions of small businesses do it, and with various levels of success. Travis, let me ask you this question. What's the key to succeeding? I know you've been working full-time with your wife for about 2 years in your internet company, Transformation Marketing. What's the key to succeeding as a married couple that work together and then go home and together and the family and back to business? How does that work?
I think the biggest thing that makes it work for us is the fact that, we have defined roles and we respect each other's boundaries. She handles all the management of the projects and staying in front of the clients, and of course I do the sales side of it.
Right.
And so it works really well just to trust that she's doing what she needs to do, and she trusts that I do what I need to do.
Shannon, you're the administrative head, I guess. You watch the money, and I think apparently you manage a lot of technical programmers, people that do the technical work for you. Is that how it works?
That's correct.
And is that because that's your natural bent, or because you had some formal pact as to how to do this? How do you divide up role and responsibility?
Well, we first looked at our strengths, and Travis's strengths are networking and being in front of people.
Building
and
relationships?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And my strengths are very detail-oriented. So to make sure that things are moving through production and moving through design and all those things on time just was naturally playing to my strengths. So
Good.
we define those roles based on our strengths.
Now, in every organization, there's at least, one person that has to make the deciding decision. And there are a lot of complex, ambiguous situations in any business. Which among you make the final decision? How do you get through these ambiguous situations where there has to be some sense of decisiveness? Shannon, what's the story?
Well, we have decided that since I started the company before Travis was able to come in full time, that I would be the deciding factor.
Okay.
We've been pretty fortunate that we haven't really had to come down to that. We make a lot of decisions jointly, but if there has to be a tiebreaker, someone needs to do that.
Travis, you must have the most mature ego in the world to be the guy in a business, but to be able to defer to your wife. She's the 51%er, right?
She is.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, like Shannon said, the most important thing is there has to be a chain of command, and somebody has to be the ultimate authority.
Right.
We don't always see eye to eye. We don't always agree, but on decisions to make. But we do have one thing in common, and that we want the business to succeed, and that our ultimate goal is looking further down the road.
You mentioned we both want it to succeed. Do you ever have difficulties having the same shared vision of what success is? I mean, it's really easy to say, hey, we want to do well, but if I got right down to it, would your concept of success match his concept of success?
I think now it does. I think in the beginning it was something that was being formed, and with time, it has kind of moved more in line with one another. But those are hurdles that you have to come come across, and sometimes only time and research can help you make those ultimate goals.
Yes, yes. You learn from every step, don't
Yeah.
you? Now, you both say, well, we've got the same long-term vision. Once you have a vision, obviously you need the short-term plan. Do you do planning, formal planning, like any other company, or do you go, come on, we're man and wife, just tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it. We don't have to have a meeting. How does that go, Travis?
You know, the most important thing that we did was set a scheduled time twice a week to sit down and discuss where we're at, where we're going, where we want to be within a month, 6 months, or a year down the road, and how we're going to get there. Being on the same page is very important, just because we have to work together to get that goal ultimately.
Right. Shannon, do you have agreement on priorities on a daily basis? Does he literally submit to you and say, these are the 6 things I'm going to do in the next couple days, or is it not that precise? You just kind of go with the flow and have a general idea of what we're trying to do this week? How does it work?
Well, as your business grows, you do have to be fairly precise. So, as the years have gone on, we do come with, this is our lead list, this is our project list, and what is the status of each project and each lead. And every, Monday and Thursday, we cover each one specifically, and what our plan is, I'm going to contact this person in 3 days, or this is going to production on Friday. We know exactly where these projects are.
Okay.
So we are very precise.
Good for you. Now, what if your sales department underperforms next month? Are you going to pull the sales department and take them off at a corner and tell them, hey, you need some training, or you got to kick it up, or whatever? Do you ever have those kinds of come to Jesus meetings, or not really ever get to that point?
Well, we've been fortunate that we haven't, but with the shared goals, you do want the best for the company because it is best for your family. They're intertwined.
Yes.
But that's where we lean on our marriage, that you automatically know that you want the best for the other individual. There's no malice. If we come and say, hey, we really need to kick this up, we're in a slump, how can we do things better? It's not that I'm disagreeing with what he's doing or that he's underperforming or anything like that, or vice versa, but we just need to come and make a plan and do things better. And we know that it doesn't come from a negative place, it's just for the betterment of everybody.
Right. You're kind of discussing what it means to be a team in any company, but in your situation, other than having a vision of what we're trying to become, what does it mean to be a team if you're the only other team member on the team is your spouse? What do you do to build teamwork, and how do you say, well, she's the other half of the team, so I'm going to defer to her or work with her? You got any team building exercises you go through?
No, not really. The biggest thing that we do is, I trust that she's doing what she needs to do. She trusts that I'm doing what I need to do, and we both are just working hard to try and reach that ultimate goal.
Very good.
So there's no real team building or anything like that. We both feel the fire. We both know that we have to get out there and get things done.
Good. You feel the fire. I love that phrase. Let's talk about physical environment briefly. Do you office in the home like many families, or do you have a separate office outside of the home, or how do you do that?
We started working in the home, I did,
and
realized that for focus and just to have a little bit of separation between work and family, just for sanity, we do office out of the home. And I would say that should be a goal of any partnership.
To get out of the home.
To get out of the home.
Okay. How about
at
money?
the very least, have a separate part of your home.
Yeah, very important. You don't want to be sitting there doing business while you're watching TV or taking care of the kids. Or
Exactly.
Right, exactly. How about money? Do you split up the money evenly? Do one of you make a salary and another one doesn't? How do you handle that if you're a small family business?
I don't think I've drawn a paycheck yet.
You haven't. You seem worthy of a paycheck, by the way. You seem like you know what you're doing in the sales arena anyway. So you just kind of take it out as a family.
Yeah, we take it out as a family, and the biggest thing is it all goes into one pot. We all pay our bills together. We all take care of everything that needs to get taken care of. All comes out of the same amount of money.
Okay. Well, it seems like you have a really successful formula, not to mention a successful company, Transformation Marketing, in Panama, Nebraska. I want to thank you very much for being with us here on NxBizSuccess. It's been a great prototype of success, and we enjoyed seeing you. Apparently, you're emphasizing key roles, right? A shared vision, working on a process that's flexible, working together according to daily, and formalizing your process and your interaction. I love that idea. Will you see us again sometime?
Absolutely. Thanks.
All right.
Definitely.
Terrific.
Thanks for having us.
Well, we've talked to at least one successful family couple. If you're sitting there wondering, should I go into business with my spouse? This is one good example. You might want to follow some of their rules and some of their processes that will help you move forward and really evolve and mature and serve the entire world, as does Transformation Marketing. My name is Lynn Hinderrocker. Thanks for checking out NxBizSuccess. Keep on growing and keep on going.